Goedemorgen mensen, welkom bij Cycling Maven.
Good morning, you cracking humans. I am driving out from where we're staying out to the press conference with BMC. We are running late. I think we're actually going to miss it because Rob and I sat down and had a little bit of a longer breakfast than normal. So Dave, mate, eve before the
eve before the eve.
What are we doing?
Come on, jump in as well.
Jump in. Get in. Mate, it's game on, isn't it?
It's game
pretty
on.
Exciting.
It's getting busy. It's getting exciting.
Let's do this.
Yeah. What's your impression and first one here?
Mate, we are so lucky. The excitement in this room is off the chart, and I just can't get over it. Like the vibe is so much.
Wait till you get to the Alps, Pyrenees.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're in for a treat.
Oh mate, it's so good. So we're at the press rooms now, just chilling out. We're doing a bit of work and stuff, but trying to duck in and out of press conferences. So today is all about, you know, the press conferences and seeing what the plans are and stuff. I find those press conferences a bit sterile. And so when I'm sitting in there, I'm sort of like, oh my God. So yeah, so you know, within about 2 minutes, I just want to get the hell out of there. But what I find more interesting is walking around the press room and the interesting characters within, and their stories, and the fact that they've been doing, you know, the Tour de France for 15, 20 years, these photographers, and I've met about 5 of these different photographers from all over the world just then. So I'm going to try and bring you those stories, you know, the stories of what these guys are doing and the history and some of the stories that they've had over the tour, and that, you know, that might be a little bit more interesting. So Rob and I are just leaving the press room now. We're going to head up to Utah Beach and catch up with some of the SBS crew, hopefully. So mate, this castle it was in a movie, wasn't it?
Longest Day.
The Longest Day.
Longest Day.
John Wayne, wasn't it?
So they say. I think I saw it when I was about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
And what, they jumped out of didn't he jump out of something?
No, it wasn't the idea that a paratrooper came, because we just saw a guy at lunch who told us he's a paratrooper. As you do, you bump into an Australian paratrooper when you're in Utah Beach. Yeah. And he was saying 23,000 paratroopers, is that right?
Yeah.
In one dropping?
Yeah.
I can't imagine, you can't see the sky. That's what he was saying. I mean,
yeah.
That's a football stadium.
And some guy landed on the top of that.
And one of them got hooked up there in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Is that, you check.
I think that's what he said, yeah.
You check.
Check.
I'm not the historian, but that's...
It is absolutely pissing down. Rob and I have just had some lunch. I was going to get the drone in the air, and there's no chance today. It's like sideways rain. All right, we are literally, Rob and I are driving down the last kilometre, the final kilometre of stage 1 tomorrow. So we're just coming into the meet up with a few crew now, but this is it, man. We are looking at the final finishing stretch of the Tour de France 2016 stage 1. Rob's behind the camera, he's my cameraman for today, but we're actually, all the buses are here, the media's here. This is the finish of stage 1. This is as exciting as it gets, man, isn't it? How good?
I'm going to do one of these. I've watched him do it and I feel a bit awkward, but hopefully after a couple of weeks, I'll get used to it. We're just going to go and meet Catherine and a couple of the guys from SBS and just make sure that we get all the details that we need for what our little assignment is.
Beautiful weather here. Absolutely stunning day. So we're in the SBS caravan now. A few people here, we're just setting up, but Jan is the man who's helping set all this up, and he's the man that is doing all the technical stuff.
Hello,
how you going, mate?
Hello, everybody.
So what have we got here?
What's happening?
Here is the center of production of SBS.
Yeah.
So we got the international signal from the race, from the stage, which is filmed by motorbikes, helicopter, everything. Nobody else is shooting, only the French. So we got the signal from the French. This is recording into a server. We record it, then Mark, the editor, is able to cut, edit, make pieces for SBS during the race.
Yeah.
Also, we have shooting crews, camera crews from SBS shooting with their own cameras.
Yeah.
So this is everything ingested into the server. We have a big server with editing just here at the back.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have a live position outside.
Yeah.
So camera, lighting, monitoring, everything. We can go afterwards. And then this is for Tomo to be live before the race and after the stage.
So this is Utah Beach. This is where they had the D-Day landings in World War II. And there's a lot of war memorabilia around. We've got a tank over there and whatnot, but we're just walking, Rob and I are just walking over to the beach now to just check it out. All right, Rob and I are down at Utah Beach. We're on the beach where the Allies hit the beach, and I can tell you it's really wide from where the bunkers were up on the sand dunes to where they landed, man. So these guys had to run a long way to get to these dunes, and it's a pretty I don't know. It's just a funny feeling here. It's a funny, odd feeling. So we're literally standing on the finishing straight now. I'm looking at the finish line right there. Here's the commentary booths, but Rob's gonna talk us through what goes on here.
So, everyone's seen this scene at the tour before, everyone knows how it works. But the trucks, they actually concertina down, so they're not driving around the roads this high, let's be clear. The top bit will come down with hydraulics, like this.
Yeah.
So at the top, the top four level, the four at the top are all radio, down the bottom is all television, and various host broadcasters stay there. And I guess that's one of the things they pay big money for, is to get a good view of the finish. But the funny thing is, most of the time the commentators aren't looking out at anything because the riders only speed past. Everyone knows that, it's a bike race.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of computers and a lot of television screens, and the commentators are working off that. It looks like it's completely covered up, but those windows pop up and it'll all be different. This is just the day before, so everything is about to get into action. But the thing that you need to remember is that this collapses very, very quickly. It takes, they start setting up at about 4 in the morning, and they get the stage all up and operational. They try to design the stage finish to be at about 5:10, 5:20 p.m. So the start time varies rather than the finish time. They always want it to be around 5:20.
Right.
And then, to be honest, they finish, and by the time the podium protocol's over, a large part of this village, or the zone technique, the technical zone, is all pulled down, and it collapses within a matter of hours. It's pretty impressive, and then they roll on to the next stage. So it's stage 1 tomorrow.
Yep.
And everyone remembers the famous stage 1 of 2013 when there was a bus stuck underneath.
Yeah.
So generally the team buses will come through a few hours before.
Yeah.
And I'll get Mark to have a look up here in tick when I finish telling my little story. But there's it's on a cable, so that rises, and that's when the buses can come through.
Yeah.
But they lower that overhead structure down to make sure that it's the best possible shot for when the riders come in.
Right.
And that was the mistake for the Orica Green Edge bus.
Right.
So it had been high, it came down low, the bus came through late, misjudged it and got stuck.
Oh, you're kidding.
And the solution, I think everyone's read, is that if they weren't sure how to manage it, they'd done all of the jostling trying to get the bus out, and eventually someone came up with the bright idea of letting the air out of the tyres, and that's what saved the day.
This comes down.
Yeah, so they'll lower that. You can see a guy up here now.
Yeah. So this is actually coming down now. So it's called zone technique.
Oh yeah, technical zone, you know, but I've seen a lot bigger than this. Back in the days when German television it was full on into it and Jan Ulrich was winning.
Yeah.
So I remember '97, it was pretty massive then because so much of this compound was German infrastructure, ADR television.
Yeah.
When the Germans left, there was a big hole in the zone technique. It's still pretty big, it's pretty impressive, but there's still a lot of vehicles yet to come. And there's a guy called Jean-Louis Pagès, and he manages the show, and he's one of my heroes on the tour because he has a map and he basically has every centimetre accounted for.
Really?
And so everyone, it's funny to think, you can walk around and see how closely packed in semi-trailers are.
Yeah.
I've got a new level of respect for people who drive trucks when I see this come together because they're missing each other by millimetres. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it is too.
See, I've known guys like a person by the name of Michael Tomlaris who's broken his ankle tripping on the cables, and I think Australian workplace safety regulations probably wouldn't allow this to happen. They would be asking for the cables to be covered up.
Yeah.
If that had to happen here, I don't think the tour would come together. I've seen a lot of innovation in cable winding over the years. For example, you just get the big spool, guys with electric drills, winding it in really fast. When it's muddy, I've seen guys running the cables through buckets of water to make sure the mud's off the cable. It collapses very quickly.
Yeah.
Something that never stops impressing me.
We're back at the hotel now. It has been a long day. It's like 8 o'clock. I've been editing in the car all the way back. And I'm going to have an early night tonight. But I just wanted to show you guys what we were going to do. Rob's actually gone off to bed. But we were going to do a quick review on stage 1 tomorrow. So if you're in Australia, this is awesome. I've actually got it bookmarked here. So stage 1, we've got a really good map, and he's got a brief rundown, and this is pretty much in every stage. Rob's got a rundown of every stage in the magazine. If you're not from Australia, you can probably get online and check it out on the official Tour de France website, so you can see every stage and the maps and things like that. But I've actually got a guide here. This is the official Tour de France guide for the media. This is the map. So I'm staying down here, but the start is at Mont Saint Michel, where we got the drone footage the other day. Obviously goes up through here, and then finishes at Utah Beach. So coming into Utah Beach, it is a flat finish as you saw today. Who will win it? I think it could be Andre Greipel. That's what Rob thinks as well. Which Rob was saying in the car, if Andre Greipel wins at Utah Beach, it'll probably be hyped up by the media in some way or shape or form. A German winning at Utah Beach. But yeah, I think it'll be Andre Greipel, and he's an awesome dude, so it'll be good to see him have a win. But I'm cooked. I'm going to go edit the rest of this video. I'm going to have an early night. It's actually nearly 9 p.m. at night. I think it is 9 p.m. and the sun is still shining. This is the part that us Australians don't get. Like, it's late. It's real late. And the sun stays up till like 11 o'clock or 10:30. So it's just bizarre. But anyway, I'm going to go hit the sack. I am done. I'll see you guys tomorrow.